Too quiet.
Jeremy,
Yes.
can we only draft players that you put on that list?
You can, anyone on JewishBaseballNews.com can, works too. All right, hold on. Having a small issue with Facebook. I'm just gonna do it again. Here's Blake. Ryan, I gotta make you a co-host. All right. Or just me. Yes. So Ryan, if for some reason I get booted off for any reason, just keep it. I made Ryan Lavarnway, meant to make Ryan a.
Wrong one.
Ryan, you're gonna have to Ryan Lavarnway. You're gonna have to make me back to being the host. Can you do that? And
Just tell me what to do.
Okay, so you should go to my name.
Yep.
And just it should say more and say make host.
There you go.
Awesome. Okay, so now I'm looking for Ryan, the other Ryan. There we go. I believe we are up on Facebook. There we go. All right. So Ryan, you can let people in, okay?
All right, perfect.
And we are going to begin. We're going to use some music to start, all right? Just because it sounds like it. All right, welcome for those who are watching and those who are participating. I want to thank everyone for being here for the first ever and maybe the only ever all-time Jewish baseball fantasy draft. How's everyone doing?
Great.
Good. All right. So we've already picked the order. For those of you who are following along at home, we're going to have interviews. We're going to have opportunities to be with people and hear from great players, past, present, and future. And the draft order has already been chosen. I'm going to share my screen to show that for those who are at home watching. So the draft round is going to begin, and Ian Kinsler and Rabbi Ari Sunshine will have the first pick. Danny Valencia, Cory Provus, the second pick. Ty Kelly and Gabrielle Starr, the third pick. Ryan Lavarnway and Jackson Stone, the fourth pick, and the final pick of the first round goes to John Moscot and Justine Siegel. So, Ian and Rabbi, we're going to put you on the clock. I have a feeling you know, and we all know who's going number one, but we shall see. And right, so Ian and Ari, you're on the clock. So in the meantime, I want to start. We'll start with some of the interviews here. And as people are still coming back on, I want to start with Zach Weiss, who's in the car. And I know he doesn't have so much time, but we're glad to have him here. Zach, I think, can you unmute yourself? There we go. Zach, how you doing?
Yeah. I'm doing well, Rabbi. Thanks for having me on.
All right. What are you doing to stay busy during the off season?
So I've still been training and throwing and working out. Kind of just been a weird in-between time, but still very active baseball-wise, and I don't know. It's kind of what I know what to do and what I've been doing. So still filling my time other ways, but it's been very baseball heavy still.
Are you down in Florida?
No, I'm actually in Southern California. I'm from Orange County, and so I'm here right now. And we are just starting to sort of open some restaurants. So we're gonna have a little patio brunch with mom and dad here in a minute. So.
All right. So you're gonna enjoy Father's Day with Father.
I am, yes. from an appropriate distance.
All right, sounds good. Zach, thanks for your time. Go Reds.
Right now, it's go whoever will employ me. So go Team Israel.
Team Israel. All right, thank you for your time. Appreciate you being here, Zach.
Of course.
Zach, we got you up. You better be ready in a year. 13 months you got.
I'm very ready right now, Peter.
All right, man.
All right, so we're going to go to our first draft pick here. Rabbi, you want to call it in?
Sure. Ian fell off the call and just came back, but I feel confident that we're going to go with Sandy Koufax here.
All right, Sandy Koufax is slotted in number 1. Smart choice, probably the obvious choice.
Yeah.
And we're going to head over to the second pick, which is going to go to Danny Valencia and Cory Provus, both of Twins fame. And they have a minute to make a pick. And we'll hear from them in just a minute.
Cory, what's up, man?
Cory, take your time.
Danny, what's up, man?
Who are you thinking about going with? Is it supposed to be a private thing?
Yeah, you
I'm going to chat with you right now. Koufax was just taken, so I think we have a pretty good idea who the next pick is going to be. I think we're all probably in agreement the top 2 picks on this draft might be.
Me?
So I just chatted with you. I just sent you. Yeah, I'm thinking about picking you second in the 22nd.
So you can't draft yourself.
You can't draft yourself.
So you could draft yourself.
Okay.
I mean, if you're comparing yourself to hit Greenberg, Danny, that's a
good one. I like that one. I
respect it.
You okay with that pick?
Yeah, absolutely.
We are going to go with Hank Greenberg. We need power. Hall of Famer, big bat, first base. Hank
Danny, you know who that is?
All right, Ryan's going to enter it.
I was online. I checked them out.
Okay.
He's picking Aliyah next week.
And maybe the toughest call of the draft, number 3, is over to Ty and Gabrielle. And while they're deliberating, I'm going to unmute Blake. Blake. Let's see. There we go.
Hi.
Blake, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I want to tell you something, and I'll share the screen because we are auctioning off jerseys also as a part of this to support Team Israel. This whole thing is going to support the guys going over to the Olympics. Your jersey just skyrocketed in value. I want to let you know through this draft. How does that make you feel? Someone else is going to wear your jersey. You okay with that?
Yeah, it's great. I don't know why it skyrocketed, but I guess we'll take it. I don't know.
Blake, now it's worth $10.
No.
So that's like a 1,000% increase.
Blake, how are you staying focused for the Team Israel run now that you pushed it a year?
I'm honestly focused more on this upcoming potential season that may or may not happen. I'm basically hoping to be on the Dodgers taxi squad. So I just don't – I got to stay ready for that first and foremost. And if I'm not on that, then I'll probably back off my training significantly. I'll stay in shape, but I'm not going to be like game ready if that doesn't happen. So, yeah, the focus, excuse me, the focus right now is kind of more on what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, I mean the obviously kind of a damper that the WBC is not happening now, so everything gets backed up to July again in terms of Team Israel. So, you know, we're all fired up about it. It's just kind of like we're kind of just waiting for it to happen. So, but yeah, we're pumped and I'm staying ready to go.
Keep that back ready, and maybe we'll have Rachel tell us a little bit more if the season's going to happen or not.
Yeah, please do.
Blake, if you want, you can come over here. We started our season a week ago, and Alone's playing shortstop and pitching today.
That doesn't sound appealing to me right now. Watching Alone play short.
All right, let's move into Ty and Gabrielle. Have you made a pick?
Yeah, we got a pick. We've been talking about this one for a while. We're really excited about it. We think that this is going to take us to the championship of whatever happens here at the end of this when everyone gets together and plays. So we're going to go with, actually, Gabrielle, why don't you announce the pick? You've got a nice little personal story to go along with it.
Well, today is Father's Day, and this guy happens to actually share a birthday with my dad. So we are going to go with Shawn Green, one of the only players in Major League Baseball history to have 4 home runs in a single game, and just a pretty impressive guy all around. So,
well, that's great. Ryan's going to put that in. Shawn Green goes number 3. And the 4th pick is on the board for Jackson and Ryan.
Hey, Jeremy, do we need to designate a position like with Shawn Green? Do you have to say
just outfield?
Just outfield. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just outfield works. I think we get it. I think did Shawn play more than just right?
Played first base a little, I think.
He's listed also at first base on Jewish Baseball News.
There you go. All right.
DH?
He could DH, yes.
A Dodger DH.
All right.
All right, we were planning on taking Shawn Green there, so thanks, guys.
We got a special pick for number 4.
All right, Ryan or Jackson, you want to come in with it?
Yeah, go ahead.
So this Jewish baseball player is current, and the rabbi that bar mitzvahed him is also the rabbi that married me, even though I don't know him at all, but we will take Alex Bregman.
Alex Bregman, all right.
Me and Alex Bregman and I were on the Jewish All-American baseball team.
There you go. All right. Jackson, he had a little better professional baseball career so far, but you've had a much better wrestling career than he has it. We lost your audio. All right. We're going to move to the 5th pick, and to close out the first round, all right, is John and Justine. So you got a minute to make a pick. And then we'll do another interview and set up round 2. You're going to pick 2 in a row, just so you know. It's a snake draft. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So when you have Sandy, I imagine you're going to wait a little bit.
All right, we know who we're taking at 5, but we're just going to take a second so that we don't hold everybody up again on the backside, and we're just going to talk about our 6th pick real quick.
Okay. All right, let us know when you got it. And then I will share the all right, and captains, you can be talking on the side together. So Ian and Ari and John and Justine, Ryan and Jackson. So just so you know, you can look at the chat on the side if you can get it.
Right.
Danny, check your chat, Danny.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I responded back to you.
Oh, you did? Okay, got it. Just saw it. My bad.
So the first pick is actually a friend of mine, and have gotten him to put a yarmulke on before, which is more than most people can say about this guy. But personal friend and really good baseball player. Justine, you want to announce it?
Ryan Braun.
Ryan Braun, all right.
So we're going to take RB8
He's
at
not even Jewish.
What's up?
He's not even Jewish.
He's technically Jewish.
He is
No,
not Jewish.
we're not debating here. That's a totally different session. We'll do that. We can do that.
Not only Jewish, he's Israeli. His father was born in Israel.
Oh my goodness! I thought it's by your mom.
All right, John, and you have your second pick too?
Yeah, so I think our second pick is he's taken the title from Danny on the greatest Aliyah, and we're gonna go with Ian at second base for our pick 2 on the backside. So Ian, welcome to the squad, man.
So
That's a great one.
all right, then we're going to begin just so people can see the first round. We went Koufax, Greenberg, no surprises there. Shawn Green, Alex Bregman, and then rounding out Ryan Braun and Ian Kinsler will be the first pick, who's here. And because he's here, let's see, where is Ian? Saw him a second ago. It's hard to navigate all this. Ian, raise your hand if I can see you.
I'm here. Yellow square.
Here we go. Yellow square. Ian, first pick of the second round. Too high, too low? What do you think?
Way too low.
I actually agree, because one of the things when we were doing the research that we found out, there are not a lot of Jewish second basemen or shortstops. You have plenty of outfielders. So, but it's an honor, I think, to be the 6th pick of the all-time Jewish baseball draft, don't you think?
Oh, complete honor. Yeah, absolutely. I can play both those positions. So whatever they need, whatever they need to lose to me and Ari.
That's fair. Ian, are you staying in shape? Or are you sort of letting it go now?
No, just cardio right now. Just trying to stay in shape so I can keep up with my kids. But other than that, holding off on like the hard weights and the plyos and all that stuff. We got a little over a year, so just trying to stay in shape cardiovascularly, and then 6 months from now start training pretty hard and getting back into baseball shape.
Well, I know fans love watching play. We're super, super excited about you being on Team Israel. And it's adds to the lineup. And I know that Ryan hitting behind you, that's an easy RBI for you, buddy, right?
Yeah, I need to protect Danny too, because he can't hit the curveball. So
he said it, not me. All right, we're going to move into while we move into the second round, and Ryan and Jackson will give us their second pick. I'm going to just plug a few things here. Let's see. So we have the okay, so I just want to, this is Jewish Baseball News. For those who are watching at home, this is where we're getting the information. JewishBaseballNews.com. Scott's here with us, who runs the website, and we're really grateful for him being here. And also, all right, people keep popping in, which is nice. Team Israel baseball merchandise, which is available with swag and kippot and hats and apparel of all sorts. So you can go on to the website. That's teamisraelbaseball.com, where you can find that stuff. Okay, so we are into the second round, the second pick of the second round. Ryan Jackson, you got a pick?
Jackson, you can't hear you.
All right, Ryan, why don't you call it in?
I think we want to build our team around pitching at this point. So we're going to go with Holtzman.
Ken Holtzman, all right.
Yes.
From St. Louis. I don't know why. Did my picture just go away to all of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. We're back. Okay, great. Now you all saw
Ken
the outside of
Holtzman.
the synagogue I run. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to keep going fairly quickly, and we're going to go to Ty and Gabrielle for the second pick.
We are ready.
All right.
Ty, you want to do this one since I did the first one?
Yeah, sure. So for our second pick, we would like to select a young third baseman out of the Red Sox, Kevin Youkilis.
All right, awesome.
Who actually used to go to my synagogue once in a while on the high holidays. In
He's
Brooklyn,
joining us right here.
Massachusetts.
The kids love this, by the way. But I wish it was in White Sox form. All right, so, well, that's a good pick and absolutely anchors your lineup. And we're going to move quickly to Danny and Cory for their second pick as well.
All right. Well, there was a name that I had, but I'm not seeing him on the Jewish Baseball News website. So perhaps a website that I used was inaccurate. So that's throwing me a little bit of a wrinkle here. But Danny, I think we stick with some power.
Okay.
And I think that we went power at first base, and I think we go power at third. How about the original Hebrew Hammer, Al Rosen? 53 MVP, over 35 WAR, led the league in homers twice. So we're going to really mash. We're going with what you love to say, elevate and celebrate. So that's why we're going with Hank Greenberg and Al Rosen at the corners.
I like it.
Okay.
All right, perfect. And the last pick of the second round, Ian and Rabbi, back to you.
All right, give us a minute here. All right, let's see.
All right, and then Rachel, Luba, I'm coming to you for some questions, okay? After the second round.
What's up, Danny Grossman? That's my guy over there. That's my guy.
All right, so we, Jeremy, we get two. We're getting two picks here, right? So give us
We're
one
gonna
second.
get two picks, but yeah, you can give us both if you'd like to. First, the last pick of the second round, and then, my suggestion is if you're going to pick two in a row and one happens to be in the room, it'd be better to put them, put that person, just be nice and put that person up first.
Okay. Let's see. All right.
But where's my phone? Give me my phone. Give me my phone. Stop it.
I don't know who's fighting. If there's anyone watching this out there, that was definitely caught. There's no doubt about that.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Okay. So you want once we're almost ready, hopefully for both here.
All right, let's call it in.
Okay, Ian, okay, here we go. So I think for our first one, we're going to go with Mike Lieberthal.
Mike Lieberthal, all right, you've got a catcher.
Then I guess we'll announce our second on the wraparound. We're going to go with, man, it's a tough decision. We need to get an outfielder. So yep. I think it's going to be Jock Peterson is who we're going to go with. We need that left-handed bat right in the middle.
Former Team Israel, look at this.
That's right.
I've got a whole collection of Jewish sports memorabilia, and that's what makes my wife so wonderful. Okay, we are going to move to Ryan. Lavarnway, we don't have there's no toy of you yet, unless there's one I haven't seen, but I'm waiting for it.
I had a Lego when I was at the Red Sox, but that's about as cool as it got.
Not a Lego when you're a Red Sox?
Yeah, but if I never had a bobblehead, I always thought that'd be cool.
I got Ian's right here, but I have not found yours. Now I got to hunt eBay. All right, Rachel, we're gonna unmute you. There we go. Nope. There we go. Rachel Luba, for those of you who don't know, is Jewish baseball agent extraordinaire. And you might be the most important person on this call for some, because is there going to be a season?
Yeah, I think that I would say there's a very, very small chance that there's not a season. I think there's going to be a season. Whether it happens on mutually agreeable terms is another story. But I think in the next few days we will figure out kind of what a season will look like, one way or the other.
All right, so you are relatively new to sports agency, correct? So what got you into this? And I believe if I have my numbers correct, you have 2 clients, one in softball and one in baseball, correct?
Yeah, and I represent 2 pitching coaches, but yeah, I just started, my agency in this past off season, but I used to work as an attorney doing salary arbitration for the MLBPA.
Okay, and your first major league client is a big name. How did that come about?
We met, actually, we became good friends at UCLA. I did gymnastics there. He played baseball, Trevor Bauer. Actually, one of my best friends at UCLA is on this call, Zach Weiss. So,
Go Bruins!
Yeah, go Bruins. But yeah, so I known him for like 10 years and eventually convinced him to become my client.
All right, so it's working out well, and you're doing great stuff, especially on social media. So for those who are not following her or all that she's doing, it's incredible. And we would say Mazel Tov, I think, is appropriate on this call, or Yasher Koach, one of those. So congratulations, keep doing the awesome work. So thank you so much for joining us. We really, really appreciate it. And she was interviewed on Girl at the Game, right? Gabrielle?
Sure was.
All right, so you can check out that interview.
She was, and we had the best time.
So you can check out that podcast too. So thank you, Rachel. We're going to head into the 3rd round. And I'm going to share my screen here just so people at home can see it. Jock Peterson just went at the beginning of the 3rd round. It is now Danny and Cory's turn, followed by Ty and Gabrielle. So let's begin. The 3rd round is started. Danny and Cory, you have your picks?
Yeah, we're gonna take Max Fried.
Max Fried.
Fried?
Max
All right.
We're going with high ceiling. Big year last year, breakout year. His second half was really good. So we think the Braves are stocked on pitching, and we think Max Fried is going to be up there with those great arms in that staff.
All right, awesome. All right, and
just a short story about Max Fried. He was a 15-year-old when he came to Israel for the Maccabi games with Team USA on the U18 team, and he was their best pitcher at 15.
There you go. There you go. Like to pick even better.
All right, so Ty and Gabrielle, you've got a pick?
We do, yes. I'm continuing our Red Sox heavy-leaning bias with the newest addition to the Red Sox outfield, Kevin Pillar, for center field.
All right, there you go. All right, so now you've got some defense and a decent bat.
Yeah.
Right? Not a Euclid bat, but a decent bat.
But we already got Euc, so.
Fair enough. All right, and we head to Ryan and Jackson.
Jackson, call it in.
Yeah, we're going to take Brad Ausmus next.
All right, Brad Ausmus is off the board. And the final pick of the 3rd round to Justine and John.
I think for the final pick of the 3rd round, we're going to take Steve Stone. We need a starting pitcher.
Smart move. I love that.
That's my dad. It's crazy.
I see the resemblance.
All right, and before we begin, do you have your next pick too?
Not yet, no. We need to discuss real quick.
All right, John and Justine. You are still on the board, and then we're going to come back to Ryan Jackson. And while we're waiting, I saw a few people jump on. Let's do a Team Israel guy here. Alex Katz, how you doing, man?
What's up? How's everyone doing?
We're doing good. So, what are you doing? And what are you doing to keep busy during the coronavirus pandemic?
Pretty much just what I do every winter, except having no end in sight, I guess. So, just lifting, running, and throwing, just the basic stuff.
All right. And you've been a big part of Team Israel, and we love having you here. So thanks a lot.
Thank you. I'm having fun. Seems
All right,
like a good
good.
event.
All right. So John and Justine, you got your pick yet?
1 second. We got one more deliberation. It's okay. Justine, you want to say it? He's gonna love himself.
We're going to go with Danny Valencia.
There you go.
Oh.
Danny, first pick of the fourth. Where did he go? Danny, first pick of the fourth round. How you feeling about that?
I feel like I went a little late, man.
Versatile player, multiple positions.
I think we're all just too competitive.
Run, hit. It's a good pick, though.
Yeah, I was average at a lot of it. For sure, across the board. But it was good enough. I like it. I'm happy you guys picked me, though. I'm starting to get nervous over here. I was going to go undrafted.
And a shout out to the Miami Hurricanes, right?
Yeah, who just got Ben Wanger, who's on the Israel baseball team.
There you go.
So I think it's a big cool thing.
All right, we're going to continue going. Ryan and Jackson, you got your next pick?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
We're gonna take Sid Gordon next.
Smart pick. That's a good looking team you've got so far.
We're trying to win this thing.
Thank you.
All right. And Gabrielle and Ty, you're on the board. You know who you want? Is it another Red Sox? Are there more? Yeah, there's more Red Sox.
There are more Red Sox, but we need a minute. So just
Okay,
give me
you
one
need a
second.
minute.
I'm conferring with my co-captain.
Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Jeremy, this is Jeff Ader here.
Oh, there you are. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, I just wanted to, how you doing?
I'm doing well. It's good to see you.
Thanks. I just wanted
What's
you
up,
to maybe tell people a little bit about Barney Pelty. For those who don't know, the only Jewish baseball player with a lifetime ERA surpassing Sandy Koufax, 262, played in the early 1900s, phenomenal pitcher. Just in case anybody needed some old timer on their team.
He was a sleeper of mine for a bullpen. I wish you wouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
He's on. He is on the list that we sent out, and he's on the Jewish Baseball News. So yeah, absolutely. For those of you who don't know, Jeff has been an important part of Team Israel. He's an important part of Jewish baseball history. As museum is online. Some part of it used to be in a site, and it's really cool. It's jewishbaseballmuseum.com, correct, Jeff?
That's correct.
All right. And also, he doesn't know I'm going to say this, but just a fabulous human being that probably is more important than any of this. So, Jeff, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks.
There's another surprise guest, and before we get back to Gabrielle and Ty, Alan Dershowitz is joining us in his Red Sox clothes. Alan, how you doing? We can I'll mute you. Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. This is usually not what you comment, what your commentary is on, but give us a little baseball. You're a Red Sox fan, I'm assuming.
Well, I'm a Red Sox fan. I was, of course, a Brooklyn Dodger fan. This is the 1947 Brooklyn Dodger National League Championship ring, the year Jackie Robinson broke into baseball and the year I started following the Brooklyn Dodgers. I went to high school 4 blocks away from Ebbets Field. I saw the last few innings of Carl Erskine's no-hitter. I watched on TV, of course, Gil Hodges hit 4 home runs in a game. It wasn't only Shawn Green, 17 players have done it. Grew up in the same block as Sandy Koufax, as I said. Owned Brooklyn Dodger 1955 World Series championship ring, the only championship the Brooklyn Dodgers ever earned. And my surprise, if I were asked to draft somebody, would be Ralph Branca. Ralph Branca. Yeah, Ralph Branca's mom was Jewish, apparently. And Ralph Branca's greatest claim to fame or infamy, of course, was pitching the fastball to Bobby Thompson. The Giants were able to observe through a telescope. and through a very primitive system of communication, get the message to Bobby Thompson that he could expect a fastball on the inside. And that's what happened. And that was the shot heard around the world. So I'm a Red Sox fan for the last 50 years, been to every postseason Red Sox game, was in the locker room when the Red Sox won the World Series, met the battery, Yale battery, the Jewish battery from Yale, pitcher catcher, remember those? In the championship, I think it was the championship, the last one the Red Sox won. But I'm dying for baseball to come back. I'm rooting very hard for Team Israel. I want to buy somebody's shirt to support Team Israel. So thank you for including me on this wonderful, wonderful show. And I hope the draft picks continue to go well.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you being here. We are going to move back to Gabrielle and Ty. What's the
We
pick?
are ready. We are ready. We were actually ready like 10 seconds later, so I felt really bad.
It's okay.
We are going to go with Ike Davis, Ty's fellow former Met. They did not overlap, but fellow former Met. That 32 home run season is pretty nice. And also, he was a really good pitcher when he was younger. So I feel like if we ever needed a position player to pitch a la Cut 4 MLB, that would be really opportune for us.
All right, perfect. So
Gabrielle, Ty and Ike did overlap playing for.
Oh,
Team
they
Israel.
did?
Team Israel, not for the Mets.
Team
Well, no, on Team Israel in 2017, of course. But for a second, I thought you meant the Mets, and I was like, seems.
All right, we're going to Danny and Cory. Next pick.
Question for you. So are we including Ralph Branca or are we not?
Jewish Baseball News does not have Ralph as a player because I believe the ruling is he didn't play when he knew he did not grow up Jewish and only knew later. Jonathan Mayo just said Ike's last action as a professional was actually as a pitcher. That's true. He did try. So Ralph Branca, I believe, is not going to count in this draft because Jewish Baseball News has not included him because in his playing days, he did not play Jewish.
Well, it's important that Ralph Branca not be Jewish when he pitched that pitch to Bobby Thompson, because I wouldn't want a Jew to have given up that home run. That turned me from being an Orthodox Jew into being a skeptic, because it was between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur that hit was made. And I'll never forget going to shul and saying to God, how could you let that happen?
There you go. All right. So we got Danny and Cory. So no Ralph.
No Ralph. And did we have a ruling before we started on Joe Horland?
I'm gonna look to. I believe.
So we don't. We have not included Joel Horland on the list of Jewish players because he converted to Judaism after his playing days.
Okay.
Was that Scott's official ruling?
Well, that was Jeff Ader, but
Okay.
I think Scott and I are simpatico on that one.
All right.
Okay. Sorry for all that. All right. Well, Danny Valencia, what do you think? What do you think?
Man, I would form a whole team of hitters.
More hitters?
No, I would. It's a smart call. Is definitely to get a pitcher, I think. Or you want to get an outfielder?
We could definitely go to the outfield. We have not done the outfield.
Or our catcher Ryan Lavarnway.
How about we go with Steve Yeager, Dodger catcher, longtime Dodger catcher?
I think the ruling on Joe Horland and Steve Yeager is because they're converted after their playing
sorry.
day.
Okay.
It's okay. All right, you ready?
Do it, Cory. Whatever you want.
All right, let's go with man, all my guys are gone here.
I feel like Danny has clearly not put in the preparation for this draft. So I think that if we want to just get rid of their pick, then everyone will be okay with that. I don't want to take a vote or something like that. I don't know if Danny deserves it.
Still got Jason Marquez up there.
Jason Marquez is a good one.
Jeremy, you got to load some Jeopardy music.
I know.
Just as another, tip, Harry Danning was a 4-time All-Star that played the catcher for the New York.
I got him. I got him as 4-time All-Star for the New York Giants. I'm looking to see, is he? Yeah, we got him. We'll go catcher, Harry Danning. I was making sure he was on that.
All right. And then we're over to
hitter.
And we're over to Ian and Rabbi Sunshine.
I think we're ready. Ian's going to call it our first guy here.
All right.
Yeah, who do we have on the? Who are our 3 picks so far?
We've got Koufax,
Yeah.
Lieberthal, and Jock Peterson so far.
Okay. Well, we need someone up the middle, I guess. Play up the middle defensively. We're going with Lipman Pike. Way back.
That's a great call.
Wow.
Great call.
I got to do some research to give you some information about this guy, but he plays.
I'll
up the
tell you
middle.
that Ian Lipman Pike played in 1871 on the Troy Haymakers. He had a
71
batting average of I think it was 306, and he was led in home runs during, and was chosen as the starting team of the 1870, the decade of the 1870s, the starting all-star. So
he led in
great
home
player.
runs?
Well, that
Yeah,
was
he
the
hit
first
the home runs. I mean,
Did they have fences
7
then?
or 8 of them.
Did they have fences then?
I don't know that.
Not every park.
He's a speedster.
They would be inside the park.
All right, guys, we want to move a little fast because a few people I know do have Father's Day plans, so we want to get them back to those plans. So we're going to go quickly into the next round. Ian and Ari, you're back on the board.
We're ready for our next pick. We're going to go with some more thump in the lineup. We're going to go Ron Blomberg, who actually, according to baseball, I know he's a DH in our minds, but according to Jewish Baseball News, also qualifies at first and outfield. So we'll put him at first base for now.
Absolutely. All right, next we got Danny and Cory are back on the board.
All right, let's go pitching. Let's go with Erskine Mayer.
All right.
Good 8 MLB seasons, sub-3 ERA with a few different teams. So we'll go with Erskine Mayer.
All right. And Ty and Gabrielle, you ready for your next pick?
Oh, yeah, we're ready. We're going to take Mo Berg here, catcher / shortstop, according to the list.
And also spy.
As well as other things.
Yeah,
So.
there's a movie about that.
The most interesting man in baseball, for sure.
Thank you.
Good movie.
Okay. Moving on down. Ryan and Jackson.
We're going to take Jason Kipnis.
Oh, Jason does not qualify for this. He's not on the Jewish Baseball News. This came up earlier. A lot of love to Jason. He grew up down the street from me, but I think he's pretty much declared his religious beliefs, and we're gonna we love him and we embrace him, and but we're in this draft he's not going to count. Sort of like some of the players who didn't play. So
in that case, we'll take Gabe Kapler.
There you go. Gabe Kapler counts. Gabe. All right. And last of the round, John and Justine.
Jeremy, can you show the picks real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. I will share the screen right now. Still got Art Chomsky still available. You still got Jason Marquis still available. You still got, let's see. I'm just thinking off the top of my head.
Well, Barney Pelty is still available.
Barney Pelty is still, yes.
Barney Pelty is, it's a glaring.
They do have one starting pitcher already. Ryan Lavarnway is still there.
Question for the room: How many? We need what? 3 starting pitchers for a playoff series?
You need 2 starting pitchers. Imagine there's a decent delay in between the games.
2 starting pitchers. Fair
2
enough.
starting pitchers, 2 relief pitchers.
Okay.
Also, Larry Sherry, MVP of the 1959 World Series, relief pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers, still available.
All right, we're going to count down to 10. You got to have a pick ready so we can move forward.
We're going to take good old Marquis here.
All right,
Jason
perfect.
Marquis.
Jason Marquis.
Yeah.
There's also Norm Cherries available. And so I'm going to give everyone a minute to look up their next round's pick so we can move fast through that. But I do want to call the third pick of this draft after Sandy Koufax and after Hank Greenberg. Shawn Green is here to join us. Shawn, third pick all-time Jewish baseball player. How does that feel?
Yeah, I'll take that. Jeez, that's great. That's great. Hey, everybody, how's it going?
What up?
Hi, Shawn.
Good to see you. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
We're glad you can join us. They were super excited about the pick. They said also something about buying you dinner later. I don't know about that, but you can contact the people who drafted you.
Do a Zoom meal. Sounds good.
Zoom meal, yeah, absolutely. So the power numbers besides Hank Greenberg currently seem to hold up. Although I imagine Alex Bregman's going to be on your heels one day. Did you ever get the chance to meet Sandy or Hank or Alex or any of these guys that also went in the first round with you?
So yeah, I mean, Sandy I know pretty well. He was always he spends a lot of time near Vero Beach, obviously where the Dodgers were for decades. So I see him still at Dodger Stadium. He's a great guy, very private guy. Likes to kind of stay under the radar, but super total gentleman, awesome. And Hank died, I believe, in the 80s or 70s or 80s. So I never met him, but I know his son, Steve Greenberg, who's based in New York, and I went to an event in Detroit in his dad's honor. So so I got to meet those two legends, or the son of Hank, and it's pretty great because I always idolized both of those guys, just being a Jewish player, even though I never got to see him play.
Awesome. Well, congrats on going third. They were super stoked. Thank you for being here and spending some time with us. Everyone healthy out there and feeling okay?
Yeah. Is everyone feeling good here? No, any COVID survivors? Raise a hand. Anyone had it, or I guess that's good, right?
Yeah, it's good. Let's keep.
Where's Eric Holtz? Where's Eric Holtz at? He had it.
Oh, he did?
I think so.
He was on the call. He might have jumped off. People are coming off and on. So we're going to get back into the draft. And we are, big thank you to Shawn, the third pick of the Jewish all-time fantasy baseball draft. And we're with John and Justine with the first pick of the 6th round.
Justine, you wanna get this one?
Our pick is Sam Fuld.
Sam Fuld. All right, great pick.
When I became the first one to throw BP, he was one of the guys I threw to at the Rays, and so it's a photo of us shaking hands, and it's like the two Jews coming together. It's a pretty cool moment.
You didn't strike him out, did you?
No. Throw a nice four-seamer in there.
Thank you. All right, great. All right, Ryan and Jackson.
We're going to go with some relief pitching now. And I'm going to pick my boy Breslow.
All right, Craig Breslow, great pick. And certainly helps the finish off a game or in the middle of a game if needed too. All right, Ty and Gabrielle.
Yes, we're ready. We are excited to welcome Sammy Bone to our team, a utility infielder, had quite a career, as a lot of you remember, in the 20s.
Yeah.
Especially since I can't draft Ty, so.
Right, that's fair.
Yeah, no one's mentioned my name still on the board, just throwing that out there too.
Pinch hit grand slam Ty Kelly.
Yeah. Danny and Cory?
We are good to go. We're going to go in the outfield. We haven't touched that yet, and we are going to go with Chomsky.
Yeah.
All right, good pick. 69 Mets and Ian and Ari.
Give us a sec.
And then I'll give everyone a little more time to pick. I think that's the best way to do it. Give you a little time. At the
Ari,
top.
do we need to go in the bullpen?
Yeah, I like the bullpen. You want to call that one for us?
Yeah, we're going with Larry Sherry.
Larry Sherry. All
out
right.
of the bullpen.
Good pick. There are two, and I'll give you guys, I think this is the best way to do it, at the top of every round or two, we'll do a quick interview. And I want to unmute two up and coming. I know they're both here. Evan Kravetz, and where's Jeremy? There he is. Or Josh, there you go. My name's Jeremy. Josh, Evan,
Hello.
how you doing, guys?
Good. What's going on?
Two early picks in last year's draft. There was a Jewish player picked in the first round this year. Evan and Josh, how are you guys doing, and what are you doing to stay sort of in shape for your first full season? And I'm putting full in quotes.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I'm just staying in Houston right now, just working out, trying to stay busy. But the usual, just throwing, lifting, running, and waiting to hear some news.
Josh, what about you?
Yeah, so I'm also in Houston, and luckily my dad has a gym that he owns, so I've been just training there, just me and him, and then throwing at the pitching facility I throw at, and just been waiting. There's nothing really going on, but I mean, we're waiting for everything on Twitter to come out and to hear what's going on with the deals and stuff.
Have you guys known each other before the draft?
No, I don't think so. I probably watched a game or two at Rice when you played there, but yeah, small world, right? Yeah.
Well, these two very easily. We said we have past stars, current stars, and some future stars, and these are two great arms to watch. Both pitchers. Evan, I think you went in the 5th round, and Josh in the 2nd, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Josh has a great story because the person who called this pick was Art Chomsky, unbeknownst to that. Yeah, so that's awesome. Thank you both for being here so much and joining us. Yeah, and we're looking forward to watching you guys in the future. Josh, I already got your baseball card, so we're good.
Perfect.
All right, so we're going to head back into the draft and the top of the first round, Ian and Ari, and Danny and Cory after them.
Yep. Ian, are you good with that pick that I suggested?
Yes.
Let's do it. All right. We're going to go back in time again a little bit. We're going to go with Phil Weintraub, outfield first base.
All right. Nice. Good pick. And Danny and Cory?
We're going to go back to the bullpen, and his name's been mentioned, and we had him on our board anyway, but Barney Pelty, 10-year career, solid ERA, St. Louis Browns, independent.
Perfect. All right. And then Ty and Gabrielle.
Gabrielle, you want to take this one?
No, it's all you. Go ahead.
Okay, we're going to take a pitcher. We're going to take Dave Roberts, not the Dave Roberts that you guys are thinking of. This is a pitcher, Dave Roberts, 77 complete games in his career. Not bad.
There will be no stolen bases against the Yankees from this Dave Roberts, sadly for me, but still.
Smart. All right. And Ryan and Jackson, you guys are up.
We're going to go with Elliot Maddox.
Okay. And the last pick, board is going to be shown one more time so everyone can see it. John and Justine, we're going to come to you. We're going to do 2 quick rounds, and then I want to get to saw Brad Goldberg's on the screen and Ari Ackerman as well. So I want to get to both of those guys pretty quickly.
Got a question about Jose Bautista. He's only considered a pitcher?
Yeah, there's 2 Jose Bautistas. There's the bat flipping home run Jose Bautista, to my knowledge, very not Jewish, and there's the pitcher Jose Bautista, who yes is Jewish.
So I think we're going to go with. We're just sticking in the room here. We're going to go with Ryan Lavarnway as our catcher.
Dang it! I love that pick. Ryan, we'll come to you quickly. 7th round pick. What do you think?
I mean, I'm glad to be chosen at all. Thanks, guys. Moscot, that was I had so much fun with you last season. Moscot was actually one of my coaches last year. After being my Team Israel teammate, he was my coach with the Reds.
Oh wow! I did not know that. Can you handle his fastball, Ryan?
I can now that he's had shoulder trouble, but before he probably would have knocked me over.
Fair enough. Well, congratulations. And this is one of my favorite picks. So, and then you guys got another pick, John and Justine. You guys want to add to it?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to make this bigger. I lost it. Justine, you got something?
Oh, we need 30 seconds here.
All right. So you got second base, you got a starting pitcher, you got two starting pitchers. You got a third baseman, second baseman, catcher. I mean, Danny could play first too, I think, right? Danny, did you play shortstop at all? Did you play short a little bit too?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played shortstop, but I mean, as you move up the ladder, they feel like you're too slow to stay there, so you move to the corners. That's what happened to me.
Yeah, that was in Little League, wasn't it?
Yeah, I stopped playing shortstop in high school.
All right, Justine and John, you got your pick?
Yeah.
All right, who is it?
Justine?
David Nguyen.
All right, so David Nguyen, just so we know, only had one season, according to Jewish Baseball News. I believe that is correct, right? I'm going to go to Scott and Bob as the official people here. Bob, you're muted, but I believe that's true. Just nod your head yes. All right, so you get him for one season. That's going to give you a gap the rest of the way. But we're going to keep going down the line here. And unless you want to change the pick, you have until Ryan and Jackson make that pick.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we're thinking of a different person. You know what? We'll just flop that to Mr. Ty Kelly. So we got a short.
No, that's who we were going to pick. It's our turn.
We're taking it.
It's flop on our turn.
Ty, you're so popular.
All right, Ryan and Jackson, you're on the board. Now the tie is off. We'll get to Ty a little later. I have a feeling he felt he should have gone a little earlier. Is that true, Ty?
Oh, is it my turn now? Yeah, I mean, I think, I like Ryan said, I appreciate the pick. It's nice just to be nominated, but certainly I think that I have a lot of energy, a lot of value just being in the dugout, and just like a utility guy who can play anywhere, switch hitter. Obviously, the team that drafted me knows all this, but to everyone else, the other teams, it's going to be your loss.
And we can add fundamentally sound and very humorous.
Well, we could keep going, but it's we mentioned there are time constraints, so there are obviously a lot of positives.
If the judges are taking this into consideration, our clubhouse is top notch right now.
All right, so Ryan and Jackson, I guess David Nguyen is off the future draft picks, just so we're going here. And Jackson and Ryan, you got a pick?
Yeah, Jackson, unmute yourself and call it in.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take Mike Epstein to play first base for us.
Great pick. Way to get him in the later rounds. I think that's a really solid pick. Ty and Gabrielle, now the tie's off the board. How you feeling?
We were thinking of taking Al Levine, but because I haven't looked at the spreadsheet, I wasn't sure if he was gone yet.
He is not gone.
Oh, great. Then we will take Al Levine, second lowest ERA by a reliever in a season in 2001.
All right. And Danny and Cory?
I think we're going to go into the outfield and Adam Greenberg. The minor league numbers were fantastic. If not for that hit by pitch to begin his big league career, he was going to be fantastic. So we're going to go with Adam Greenberg in the outfield.
Great pick. And a good guy, good clubhouse guy. And Ian and Ari?
All right, give us 1 second here. Sorry, hey, Jeremy, just to confirm, we said Joel Horlin not eligible.
Joe Horlin, right. Joe Horlin, Steve Yeager, and David Nguyen, Jason Kipnis, and Paul Goldschmidt all off the board. I imagine if Goldschmidt was on the board, he would have been gone by now. but for a variety of reasons, we're going with JewishBaseballNews.com's list, not Rabbi Fine or Rabbi Sunshine's halakhic Jewish list.
Can the Mensch on the bench play third?
He can, but that's going to be a liability if he has to shift left or right. So.
All right. Well, we're going to go with another outfielder. We're going to go Cal Abrams.
Good pick.
Okay.
All right.
And then
Swing
on
left.
the come around, I think he and I are liking Scott Feldman.
Good pick. All right. Oh. Okay, I don't know what happened there. There we go. Okay. All right, we are in the 9th round. We're going to finish the 9th round, and then we'll come back for more interviews because we are at the hour mark. Danny and Cory.
We're
Who do you
gonna,
got in the 9th round?
we're
Go ahead,
gonna
Danny.
a middle infielder. We're gonna take Scotty Burcham.
Scotty Burcham. All right, a little Team Israel love there. I think Scott is the first non-major league player drafted. Is that correct? Burcham with a U. I think he's the first. All right, so that's a pretty big honor, and look hopefully to the future.
We have to cover every position, right? Like you have to.
Yeah, absolutely. You're good. Yeah. There should be some guys who, Josh and Evan could come off the board. There's a few guys who have not made it to the bigs, Dean Kremer, who are absolutely available, and some important Team Israel guys. All right, Ty and Gabrielle.
Can we have a minute, please?
Yes, you have a minute.
Thank you.
And while we're doing that, Brad Goldberg, I know, is here. You want to unmute yourself for a sec?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm a little partial to Brad being on this call, admittedly, because besides being a Team Israel guy, I'm a huge White Sox fan. So Brad was a pitcher for the White Sox and now is at Ohio State, correct? Pitching coach?
I am.
And what's college baseball like this summer?
Dead, man. It's awful. No baseball's tough. So just getting the golf game in shape. Everything, recruiting's dead. Guys can't be on campus, so it's a little bit strange.
Are they doing like virtual coaching and stuff, or just sort of silence?
Yeah, we have some meetings. Again, it's not really, baseball's not meant to be done through Zoom, but we'll adapt.
All right. And this is your first year or second year coaching there?
First year.
And they've had some good, the Big Ten has sort of like revamped and become a pretty good place to play. Once again, a lot of, like Danny played for Miami, which is known for its baseball, but now the Big Ten. Indiana had a good run a little while ago. And so what's the situation feel like for the Buckeyes? Can they win a Big Ten championship coming up?
That's the plan, right? I mean, next year we should be pretty loaded. So we're excited to first just get back on the field and hopefully get back to some type of normalcy. But after that, we should be pretty loaded. So I guess stay tuned.
Awesome. Yeah. My sister went to Ohio State. It's a phenomenal campus. And go White Sox, right?
There you go. Thanks for having me. Good seeing some of the old teammates.
Appreciate it, Brad. Ty and Gabrielle, you got your pick?
Yeah, I think we're gonna. I think we're gonna go with a DH because we don't have one yet. Rowdy Tellez.
Okay, nice.
Because
pick.
he hit so many home runs off the Red Sox last year, and it was. I'd rather have him on my team than hitting against me.
Fair enough. All right, and Ryan and Jackson, you're on the board, followed by John and Justine.
Yeah, Ryan's got our pick for sure.
We're gonna fill out our outfield with Boris Arnovich.
He did not play. You did not take batting practice off him, though, right, Ryan?
No.
All right, and John and Justine.
We are going to go a little rogue here, and we're going to take a first rounder from last year's draft with Hunter Bishop in the outfield.
All right, so there's another non-major leaguer yet. Hunter absolutely is a future potential star. All right, So we'll add that to John and Justine, and then you're going to circle back for the 10th round. It's Morris Arnovich. Although, maybe his brother was Boris. That I don't know.
We will need 1 moment here just to discuss this pick.
Okay. So I know Ari, are you still on the call? Ari Ackerman?
Yeah, I actually just came back.
All right. Ari is a part owner of the Miami Marlins. Sometimes
yeah, Ryan can tell you that. He's in our organization.
Ari, how you doing?
Doing all right. It's a very clever thing you guys are doing here. I love it. Absolutely.
Thank you. And all goes to Team Israel. All goes to Team Israel Baseball. You can go on Team Israel, and we're going to just share the screen again, if I can figure this out. Team Israel Baseball, you can go on the shop. You can go on our eBay page, which is, these are the players. This is this is the music I played at the beginning, and here we go. So as you can see, lots of jerseys are going. We have lots of bids. They're going for a lot of money, and it all helps Team Israel go to the Olympics. Jock Peterson's jersey's at $215. Jerry, the coach, Weinstein is over $200. Blake, you're almost there, almost $200. And so a lot of these things, we got some Kinsler Mets, and we're excited to help Team Israel Baseball. You can also just go to the page and donate. We thank everyone who's also been here. We're going to come back to John and Justine. We got another pick?
We do. Yeah, he's already gone. We're gonna go with Scott Schoenweiss out of the bullpen.
All right, thank you. Good pick. Ryan and Jackson.
Oh, we needed 1 minute.
All right, 1 minute. We'll keep talking to Ari. So Ari, from the owner's perspective, we're gonna have baseball.
Well, sorry, I was on time. Listen, from our perspective, we'd love to. It's really a shame that we couldn't be the first sport back, or be one of the first sports back when people started playing sports.
All right. We would certainly welcome it. I know all of us would. And Rachel gave us a little insight that hopefully she believes there'll be baseball. And I'm hearing some optimistic voices from you too, Ari, correct?
I think there will be an agreement in the end of the day. The players went back and said they needed a few days after the latest COVID findings in some of the minor league ballparks, which is understandable. And hopefully they come back with some good news for us.
All right, awesome. Well, let's hope so. And I go to a lot of Marlins games when I'm not at a Twins game or a White Sox game, because I go down there a lot. Love the stadium. I also saw Beyonce there, but which was just as cool as seeing the Marlins play.
Most gorgeous stadium in sports, if you ask me.
All right, we got our next pick.
Yeah, Ryan's got it.
Okay, Ryan, why don't you give it to us?
Dean Kramer.
Oh, Dean Kramer. All right, great pick. Another soon-to-be major leaguer, potentially even this year.
Potential through the roof for him.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Ceiling is through the roof. He had a great year last year. Ty and Gabrielle.
No one has taken Blake Galen yet, right?
No.
Okay. No, we're not taking him. I just wanted to make sure. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to take sort of a courtesy pick, so I know the guy. We're going to take Blake Galen.
All right, awesome pick. And we talked to him earlier, a really important part of Team Israel, of course, and hopefully a Dodger soon.
Wait, was Ryan Lavarnway upset or excited that we took Blake Galen? Because he made like a...
We were going to... I know we wanted him so bad on our team. He's a great clubhouse guy and haircuts all around.
I couldn't tell. He's like, he just made some kind of wild move, and I was like, he's either falling backwards or he's really happy or he's really mad, and I had to know. I'm sorry.
We wanted Blake bad on our team.
I'm sorry.
All right, Blake, feel good to be drafted?
I mean, obvious best pick of the draft there by Ty. I feel like I could have gone a lot later, honestly. Like, I feel like you could have stolen me last pick of the draft easily. But yeah, I think that's going to work out for everybody. Like you said, it's really about the clubhouse. It's not about what you put on the field. So, right, wrong, or indifferent, it'll be good haircut days for the boys. Yeah.
And you rounded out a pretty good outfield there with Kevin Pillar and Shawn Green, assuming they put Shawn Green in first.
Heavy on the Red Sox too, which makes me quite happy.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Danny and Cory on the board.
Do you want me to do it?
Danny? Go ahead.
We're gonna select a power left-handed pitcher and come out of the bullpen and make you nice custom cleats. We're gonna take Alex Katz.
All right, Alex, congratulations. Drafted here in the 10th round, and rounding out the 10th round, and we're going to get to the coach in just a minute. Ian and Ari, what's the last pick of the 10th round?
Yeah, so Ian had to leave, so I'm gonna shepherd us through the rest of the show here. But we're gonna go upside with Jared Schuster, just recently signed first-round pick of the Braves.
All right, love it. Great pick. As you guys prepare for the next round, I want to call on Eric Holtz, who I know is here. Eric, you want to unmute yourself? Team Israel manager, Eric Holtz. Are we going to win the Olympics, Eric? That's all we want to know. Can we gold medal?
Well, you know what, Jeremy? We have a pretty good shot at getting a medal. How's that sound?
That's good. That's good. I know Danny, he would love some bling, some gold bling around his neck. I imagine
Danny's got enough gold bling for the whole team, Jeremy. If he hasn't told you yet, he is the self-proclaimed greatest of all time.
Wow.
That I didn't say. Israeli.
Hey,
until Kinsler came.
Can I say happy Father's Day to everybody first, and hope everybody's having a great day.
All right, wonderful. And speaking of Father's Day, Shlomo Lipitz is on the call. And he's a new dad, right? Shlomo, are you still here? There he is.
I found this morning. I'm just trying to keep it until I find the rightful dad. No, it's my brother's.
Yofi.
I'm in Hawaii.
Oh, really? Oh.
Quarantining for 14 days.
Oh, I just assumed you were in Israel, but Hawaii is pretty much the same thing. There's no real difference. I don't. Maybe the pineapple's a little better in Hawaii, but otherwise. Well, Mazel Tov and Kol Tuv. All right, we're going to start the next round. The 11th round. 3 more rounds left. Rabbi Sunshine picking for you and Mr. Kinsler.
We're going to go for the all-name team, Goody Rosen for DH.
All right. Nice pick, and we're going to head over to Danny and Cory.
All right. Danny, what do you think? You got anybody here?
Well, at this point, we're looking for what, a DH?
We could use a DH.
Cody Decker was a pretty decorated guy.
No pun intended?
No, I don't know him.
I was going to say.
I don't really even know him at all, but I know he played well. Look how everybody got quiet. Hey, whoever you think, Cory, I mean, that's who I would think is the big guy.
Cody Decker.
All right, Cody Decker, an important part of Team Israel, and had a small career in the major leagues, but certainly one of the most prominent minor league players in history, as he very much was a powerful hitter. Showing the board again, we are in the middle of the 10th round. Ty and Gabrielle, do you have your pick?
Yes. Let me see. Make sure. Yeah, I think we're going to take Josh Zide.
All right, great. Also important.
He's gonna shut it down for us.
Good pick.
Great pick. Josh, important to Team Israel. Played a few seasons in the majors. Now he works for the Cubs, I believe. I'm going to look to Ryan for a nod. Yes, still working for the Cubs?
Yes.
Right. All right, we won't talk. We don't have to spend too much time on the Cubs. Ryan, it's your pick with Jackson.
Jackson's got it lined up. We need a second baseman, Jackson. He must be muted. We'll take Tyler Krieger.
All right, awesome. Thank you, a Team Israel guy. And now we head over to John and Justine.
John, you're muted.
My bad, guys. We'll be taking first baseman Mike Schemmer.
Okay. I think Michael Schwimmer is a pitcher.
No, Schemmer, Schemmer.
Oh, Schemmer. Okay, got it.
And I believe we need we got all bases covered here.
You need another. You got two starting pitchers. You need another reliever. You
Two relievers.
Catcher, it looks like.
Got Lavarnway.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. It should be.
John, can you take yourself out of the bullpen?
I don't think you're allowed to draft yourself. That was the rule.
You can draft yourself. There's no, that's not a rule.
I mean,
I'm not gonna be that guy.
Johnny, it's a slam dunk, kid. I take that pick.
I can't be that guy, man. Even though
I'll be that guy for you. How's that? I'll be the guy for
John,
you.
you're the guy, John. Let's go.
John, if you don't take you, we'll take you.
Yeah, we're gonna take John Moscot.
All right, there you go, John. I love it. Start or relief. We're gonna continue with the 12th round here and give people time. I want to call on real quickly. Danny Grossman has been real important to Team Israel baseball. Danny, how you doing?
Great, absolutely. First of all, you see the background, the virtual background. This is the mock-up of Jerusalem. So, Rabbi, if you allow us this year, next year, Saturday, say next year in Tokyo, as opposed to Jerusalem, then I think we're all on the same page. And just have a few fun facts before sending out the love to guys like John Moscot, who just got drafted. He's a power pitcher and he's a power person. Ryan, MVP, WBC, and just an amazing guy. And Ian, who just left, Ian set an Israeli record for the fastest aliyah ever. He came here. People don't know he came here 4 hours before they shut down the country. Had he come 4 hours later, he would not be a Team Israel player. People don't know that. And Peter did not breathe for about 4 days until he actually landed and made it. And Peter will verify that for you. Alan Dershowitz, by the way, was in Israel a week prior, and we gave him a Team Israel jersey. So you guys got to keep on him until he buys one for money. And Josh died, who's down on the call. But Josh, people don't know his hat's already in Cooperstown. I don't know how many people know that. But his hat's in Cooperstown, getting the last out against Korea as the most incredible victory ever in international ball. Danny V, nobody kept stats on this, but I don't think anybody ever hit as many consecutive game home runs as he did in the qualifiers.
Danny kept that.
And Danny kept that. Blake definitely, but people don't know about Blake. Blake started out the game winner with an incredible defensive play, which kept the game. The game could have gone down the tubes from the first at bat, and Blake made a phenomenal defensive play. But Ty has the all-time record. Ty has the best Israeli accent by a non-Israeli. Ty, if you could help out to that.
He's not non-Israeli, he's Israeli.
Danny, thank you for being here. Appreciate everything you're doing for Team Israel. We're going to turn back to the draft board, and we're with Ryan and picking up with Ryan and Jackson in the 12th round.
Yeah. We are going to fill out our DH spot with Braden Bishop.
Okay. Hunter's brother. I believe we're going to accept that, correct? Scott? All right, we're accepting it because either Scott's not here. I know there's some confusion about Scott. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Sorry, I missed it. I wasn't paying attention. Who are we talking about?
Braden Bishop, not Hunter.
Braden.
Braden.
Two Jewish parents, but identifies as Christian.
Okay. So we're going to remove Braden Bishop. Ryan and Jackson, we're going to come back to you.
Okay.
And yes. We have another choice.
I think we should go with a healthy Ryan Kalish as our DH.
A healthy Ryan Kalish.
Wasn't healthy often, but when he was, darn, he was good.
Absolutely. All right. Who's next? We've got Ty and Gabrielle.
Yes, we would like to select Saul Rogovin.
Great choice. All right.
Paul Gabrielle.
Well, you know, I like shutouts, and I like guys who led the American League in ERA. So, you know, what can I say? Underrated choice.
Absolutely. Great choice. Danny and Cory.
We need a second baseman. So we're going to Double-A. We're going to go with Zane Gerwitz from the Angels Double-A team in Mobile.
Okay. You know, it seems like now you're getting to places I don't even know. I love it though. And then fill out the 12th round, Rabbi Sunshine.
All right. So I think we'll go for third base. We'll go Josh Satin.
All right. Former Met.
Yeah. Middle infield question. Can we fudge the second short a little bit, or is that the judges going to factor in defense here?
The judges will factor in defense, or they should, and you can hope for the best.
All right. Well, let's see. Pike is all right. Well, then I guess we'll go with if Pike is second base, then we'll go with Jim Levy, Levey.
All right.
For shortstop.
One of the hardest Jewish baseball cards to find. We're going to pause for a moment. We were just joined by a friend here. Kevin, you want to say hi? Let's see. We unmute him.
Yo, hello.
Yo. Kevin, you went in the middle of the third round. How do you feel about that?
Can't imagine there's 2 rounds of better Jewish baseball players.
It was.
But that might be an all-time. It might be an all-time high, going in the third round.
You're the 4th outfielder chosen. Shawn Green, Ryan Braun, and Jock went before you.
Yeah, I guess I didn't know that. Retired baseball players were in this draft. I'll take it.
All right, where are you right now, waiting for baseball to start? That does not look like Boston.
I'm in Arizona.
All right, and you ready to play?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, we had some people on, some owners and some agents who said we're going to have a season, and that's exciting because you got some new gear to wear.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
All right, Red Sox got a shot this year?
I think so.
All right.
They always do.
All right. Well, you're going to man that outfield. It's a little shorter of a wall on one side and taller of a wall on the other side. It's going to be, have you taken any balls off the Green Monster ever?
Yeah, I played a couple games in left field there. Obviously, being in Toronto those years, I'm really familiar with it. But I was spending a lot of time playing right field in spring training, so that was definitely new for me, especially with those configurations there. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I was slated to play a lot more right field early on with Verdugo being hurt at the beginning of the year, but we'll see what happens when everyone comes into camp, if we ever get back to playing. You want to say hi?
Oh, look at that. Well, happy Father's Day, Kevin.
Thank you.
All right.
You guys do this purposely on Father's Day so everyone gets a break?
Yeah, to give people an opportunity to watch and do something fun. And
we'll tell their wife, too, that, hey, I got a draft, and it's Father's Day, so you can't tell me I can't do it.
Exactly.
Good idea.
And Kevin, you got drafted by a Red Sox Raider, so.
Oh, smart person.
We're very excited to have you in Boston. Just so
what are the projected stats look like?
For the Sox?
No, for myself.
Yours look great. The fact that
They
we
look
have a
good?
two-man starting rotation is slightly concerning, but your stats, your projected stats look very good. So
Good.
It looks like on your, Kevin, it looks like on your team, you're going to be probably leadoff here. I'm not going to make that lineup, but.
as long as it's not Benintendi again, we'll be fine.
Well, I think he's gonna be the guy. I'll try hard to get some walks so they give me a chance to.
You don't
to
walk.
lead off.
You know that. You don't walk.
That's all they want now. I'm a walking machine. I put this cage in my backyard and I just set my pitching machine up throwing balls and I never swing.
You're gonna be Euclid's 2.0.
I take that.
All right,
What's it looking like for next year with the Olympics? Is it gonna happen?
Yeah, it's going to happen. If you're asking me, Peter, Olympics are going to happen, right?
It will definitely happen. Yes, Team Israel will win a medal next year in the Olympics. And we'd love to have you join us.
Well, we'll see where baseball's at that point. But I said I would play. At some point, I will suit up.
We want you for the WBC.
When is that?
2023.
I'm in.
All right.
All right, you hear it here first. All right, we'll take it. They're making Alex Jacobs' job pretty easy here. Just get these groups together. We're going to get to him at the end of this. So we're going to finish out the draft, the 13th round. Thank you, Kevin, for all your time. And happy
I'll see you guys. I'm going back to taking care of this one.
Awesome. Thanks for
Do
being
you want to say bye? What do you want to say? Nothing? All right. I'll see you guys.
Thanks, Kevin.
See
All
ya.
right,
Bye.
Danny and Cory.
Later, Danny B. I'll talk to you later.
Bro, take care.
See ya.
Speaking of Danny V, his last pick.
Are we up? Danny, we're up?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? We're going to go with our last outfield spot. The San Diego Padres have a great farm system. We're going to go with Tyler Benson, part of their Double-A team, and he will round out our outfield and our team.
All right, awesome. Thank you. All right, sounds good. And hopefully Jonathan, Sam, Alyson, and Daniel can start chatting on the side. I'll put up the teams in a moment. Ty and Gabrielle, the last pick.
Yeah, we're going to complete our roster here. We're going to complete the infield. I believe this person has not been taken. He's a young prospect, and his name is Colby Schultz. Very young, up-and-comer.
All right, great. Rounding out the team, Jackson and Ryan.
I think we're gonna take Brad Goldberg.
Oh, all right, Brad.
Hard throwing righty in the bullpen.
And the final pick of the all-time fantasy Jewish baseball draft.
Well, we got to end it on style, guys. And I think that this pick is going to sum up Jewish baseball in the present era pretty well. We are taking care of, but we are taking, there's a little feedback. Shlomo Lipitz with our final pick.
All right.
That's the clubhouse guy that you want.
All right, we love it. So we're going to hand it out. As we said, we're going to pick a winner. So here are the teams, and then here's by position. Okay, we'll leave it up there, so that's a little easier. And then just so you know, the brackets are here. So there'll be a 4 and 5 seed play-in, and we'll choose. The judges will choose a winner. So you guys can start chatting on the side. Then a 1 seed, a 2 seed, and a 3 seed. The winner of those seeded rounds, and then you're going to pick a champion. Assume your top starting pitcher pitches every other game. So you got 2 pitchers. If they're playing 4 games, each one's going to pitch twice. So, okay. So they're going to deliberate, and we're going to get to Alex Jacobs and Jeremy Wolf, if they're still here. Are they both here?
Yeah, I'm here. Jeremy's here too.
Jeremy, you getting ready for baseball?
I was trying. Everything in Arizona is it's either, who knows what's gonna happen here. It's crazy right now.
All right, and you're in Arizona right now?
Yes.
All right, and Alex, what about you? We're using this as an opportunity to scout.
Right now, yeah. I mean, I'm in Philadelphia area right now, and we're just doing a lot of stuff on video, analytics, data, whatever you can think of. The way you guys are drafting this team is exactly what I'm doing, ranking teams right now.
And which team are you working with right now?
Arizona Diamondbacks.
Arizona Diamondbacks. All right, awesome. And we just are joined here by a what round did he go in? Where do we have him? Right here. Last pick of the 6th round, right? First pick of the 6th round, Sam Fuld. Sam, are you there? Can you hear us?
I'm here.
Sam, you went.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Thanks for joining us. Literally, the draft just ended, and you were the first pick of the 6th round in an outfield with Ryan Braun and Hunter Bishop. You can play center field there?
Yeah, I can help those guys out a little bit. Yeah, I think I can handle that.
And Sam, where are you right now?
I'm in Philly. I'm sorry I'm late. I really apologize. I just finished up a really bad round of golf.
Seems like golf is the #1 sport in the world right now. Your golf game usually good?
Never been good, but today it was especially bad. But it was nice to get out here and get away from the 4 kids for a few hours.
Well, we're really grateful you're here, and thanks for joining us. Obviously, a great player for Team Israel, but a great player, had a great major league career from the A's to the Cubs, and I think another team in there too. I'm missing.
Rays.
And what?
The Rays.
Oh, the Rays. Yeah. Actually, speaking of which, Sam, I went to a Rays game many years ago at the stadium, and I asked them if they still had this because I saw the souvenir, a Super Sam cape. Remember that?
Oh boy.
They made these. So
that's a collector's item. I'd hang on to that for another 100 years. It might actually be worth something.
For those who don't know, Sam is also the manager of Team Israel in the WBC. Whenever the WBC will be, he will be the manager.
There you go. Awesome. That's great news. Absolutely great news.
Peter, he's going to be a big league manager by then.
Maybe.
Not if Alex takes my job before that. How's everything going, guys? How's the draft been?
I think it's been a lot of fun. We are it's been good. It's been good. A lot of surprisingly, a lot of players who have not made the majors rounded out the draft. A handful of guys that like Colby Schultz and Hunter Bishop, a handful of guys. A few guys I think should have gone that didn't. No Norm Sherry didn't get drafted. Both Josh and Evan, I'm personally a little surprised, but there were a good amount of pitchers and outfielders, so it was that's a tough call. And a lot of Team Israel guys, understandably, picked their teammates, which I probably would have done too. So, but it's I don't actually know who they're going to, how they're going to rank everyone and decide on a winner, but that's why they're MLB writers and I'm just a rabbi.
I have a quick question for Sam real quick, if I could just chime in. Sam, Ty Kelly here, former teammate. Yeah, I grew up going to watch Sam Fuld play at Stanford. I was obviously very young, Sam, of course, being very old. And this was back in Stanford's glory days when they were going to the College World Series every year. I was looking at the list and Justin Wayne was on the list. I had no idea that he was Jewish. Was that ever like brought up between you guys? Because he was he was the guy back in the day.
He was, yeah. We never crossed paths. I think I missed Justin by like a year. And, you know, I don't know if you've kept up on the recent news of Justin, but it's not, it hasn't been the best of news. So
yeah,
I had no idea he was Jewish. That's news to me. So Ty, I appreciate you breaking that news for us. But yeah, he was a stud. I think he was the 3rd overall pick, and he pitched in that national championship game. I think in 2000, he started that game that didn't end so well for the Cardinal.
Yeah, Justin is actually one of his best friends from college is a congregant of mine, and I interviewed him many years ago. And yes, it's been a rough go for Justin, and wish him a little better luck here. But also other players who were drafted very high who just didn't have long careers. Jason Hirsch also is in that category of guys. I don't know if anyone knows Jason, but was an awesome pitcher, and then just didn't have the long-term major league career.
Can I follow up with a question for Ty?
Yeah.
I just noticed that there were 5 rounds that went by, and it looks like Ty is one of the drafters, right? Am I getting that right?
Yeah.
Is there any? I just wanted to make sure, you know, that he knew I was available in those first 5 rounds, and I just wanted to see if there was a reason he didn't choose me in those first 5 rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. I knew you were available, and it crossed my mind at different points. I thought maybe we take Sam, but you know, it really came down to just not wanting to have you on the team. You know, I saw your arm at the end of your career, and really that's what stuck with me more than anything. I know you can go get it. Obviously, you can go get it with the best of them. We were, you know, you had to web jam every single day. Everyone remembers that. But if you can't throw anyone out anymore, we just can't take that risk.
That's fair. So you got a guy who throws grenades from center field, not making your top 5. I get it.
Well, yeah, we took Blake Galen because we sort of just want to see him throw knuckleballs from center field.
And you knew you were getting TRXs wherever you went with Blake Galen.
Absolutely.
You know it,
brother. We're looking for haircuts and curls.
What did I get myself into with this team, Ty?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of turmoil right now, but we're gonna work out of it. I mean, I'm at the helm, so I mean, what could go wrong?
Well, Johnny Moscot's my favorite new player. I knew I liked him when we went over to Israel together. Now I like him a lot better.
Big fan.
John, you're muted.
I had to have you on the squad, man. I had to ask you on. Made or not?
All right, so we're gonna see if the judges are somewhat ready for us.
We are not.
We are not. All right.
No. It took us a while just to figure out how to talk to each other. So, please. Bear with us. I'm older than Sam, so that just should tell you something.
Maybe we'll interview some of the drafters. Cory, Provus. Cory, are you in St. Louis Park right now?
No, we moved. We're out in Minnetonka.
Minnetonka. How's it going out there waiting for baseball as an announcer?
Good. You know, I've been doing play-by-play with my kids' recitals at home and, you know, in the backyard with them and whatever they're doing. But it's the first time in my career that I've had Father's Day off. So that was kind of a positive that I got to spend the whole day with them. So it's been fun. So I'm trying to make the most of it, growing my hair out, what's left of it, and my beard, and what the hell. So it's been fun.
Yeah, thanks, Cory. For those of you who don't know, Cory, first of all, I go to a lot of Twins games, calls the games. Our wives work together. It's just a great family, and we want to thank you for being here. And I'm a White Sox fan, so it's hard for me to say to go Twins, but you know, still, it was fun getting to watch you behind the scenes too. That was a treat.
That's cool. And good to see you guys. Sam, good to see you, man. Glad you're doing well.
You too. Appreciate you.
And we got some other announcers. Sam Brief, who's with the Chicago Dogs, who is also one of the judges, and Ben Gellman-Chomsky, who looks like he's at Fenway, but I'm pretty sure he is not. Ben and Sam.
This was in 2012. Just a good backdrop.
How are you guys doing?
Sam, you want to take that first?
Waiting for baseball. Sam, I think the Dogs announced they're playing, right?
Yeah, so we are playing a sort of modified season. Half the teams in our league are playing, half the teams in our league are not, and they kind of chose 3 hub cities. So we aren't actually playing home games. I'm going to be commuting. That's the team we're paired with, and we're going to play virtually our whole season, pretty much holed up in Milwaukee. So we get going July 4th weekend.
Was that with the milkmen? Is that the
with the milkmen? The dogs and the milkmen. So we get a lot of food-themed teams together all summer.
Yeah, I know the Saints are playing in like South Dakota or something. They're the team here. And Ben, what are you up to?
I'm working in San Diego for San Diego Studio, the video game studio that makes MLB The Show. I'm actually a writer and designer on the game. I put together the commentary, and my biggest project this year was getting more than 1,600 minor league names correctly pronounced and into the game, which was a multi-month undertaking of research just to make sure we got it all right. But it's really amazing, and I've seen so much baseball just because we're still working. We're always putting out more content.
Awesome. And speaking of content, so Alyson and Jonathan are MLB writers without MLB. What's that like? Alyson?
Well, I scroll Twitter 100 times a day looking for any kind of news that there are going to be games this year. I sit exactly in this seat, and I do a little work. I do a little social media. I do a little drinking beer. I watch things at night. I'm just kind of hanging out, and we're all hoping that there's some good news that comes out of all this. There's been none so far. There's been a lot of fighting, and it's been very frustrating, and we have staff meetings every week and nobody has any answers, and so we're all in the same boat.
And Jonathan, you did get to cover the draft though, so that was a piece of Ben. That's your expertise. Jared Schuster, you probably know the most about him here. Sam, you know there's a guy behind you, right? All right. Jonathan, Jared Schuster got a good chance of being a top-line major league pitcher?
I think he has a chance to be a major league pitcher. Yeah, I mean, that was a bit of an overdraft. They saved some money, so I think that's part of it. But yeah, I mean, I think he has a chance to be a mid-rotation kind of guy. I'm not going to get overly excited. I was much more excited when Hunter Bishop got drafted. In terms of excitement about Jews being drafted. But to sort of answer the question you posed to Alyson, there's a reason why both she and I have the time to do this today. So
right.
The draft is over, and I'm like, okay, now what?
I would like to say that my alma mater, the University of Cincinnati, some of the ball players there are lobbying to have Mark Schott's name removed from their ballpark. So that gave me something to write about last week. And shout out to Mr. Euclid for being one of my interview subjects. So that did keep me busy for a full week.
There you go. All right. Do you guys have you picked the seating yet? They're close.
We're close. We're very close.
All right. So let's move in. Ty, we haven't asked you any specific questions, except for Sam's quick interview. Ty, are you keeping busy besides social media and all the fun stuff you're doing? And I believe you're officially retired from Major League Baseball?
Yeah, I'm officially retired. I announced that in a pretty big press conference last year, the end of the season, so that I could get out to help the team qualify for the Olympics. So it was quite a sort of end to my career and beginning to something new, which will happen at some point. We're all hoping. But yeah, I've been staying busy. I've been doing a lot of writing, making some videos with my friend Matt. Trying to get a job at some point. Also have to think about actually bringing in money and not just sending it out to different Grubhub and Rent and things like that. So yeah, at some point, hopefully I'll have some kind of writing job and you'll see movies and TV shows being written by me.
Cool.
I know that's what everyone has been hoping for.
We are. And speaking of jobs, he's wearing a Yankees shirt. Ryan, but I believe you're with the Marlins, right?
Yeah, the Marlins are the 13th team that I've been with, so I have a lot of T-shirts.
Fair enough. And Ryan, obviously everyone's rooting for you to come back, and you for your call-up last year, that must have been amazing. I imagine that was one of the highlights of your career, 2 home runs in I think your first game, right?
Yeah, it was it was the best offensive game I had in like 7 years, and I chose a nice time to have it.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. And was the experience with the Reds a good one, but moving to the Marlins makes, from my perspective as just an outsider, makes sense. I mean, there should be a solid chance for you to be called up. They're a younger team and need a veteran catcher, correct?
That's the hope. I loved my time with the Reds. It was short. And then I actually, with 4 days left in the year, I went over to the Indians very briefly while we were playing against them. So I just hopped locker rooms, and everybody was like, "Dude, you're in the wrong room." I was like, "No, I'm on your team now." So the Marlins hopefully is a great opportunity. I think they're doing things the right way and hopefully on the way up.
All right, great. And you can hit some balls to Jeter.
Yeah, it was pretty cool on the first day of spring training. I played against him a few times, but I would never assume that someone like that would know who I am. So I said, "Nice to meet you," and he dropped a "Nice to see you again." And I went home with my tail between my legs later that day. But he's a great guy, and he handled it well.
That's awesome. And some of the other drafters until they're ready. Gabrielle, thank you for doing this. She's been a big part of this, and she has the most official microphone, which is also very, very important to note. Gabrielle and Jackson, who jumped in on this. Thanks so much for being here, Gabrielle. Tell us a little bit about the podcast.
Thanks, Jeremy. It's been so fun to help you with this. If you guys don't know me, I'm Girl at the Game, as well as just Gabrielle. I have a sports website where all the sports writers are women, but it's like accessible sports writing for everyone to kind of make sports a more inclusive place. And we launched a podcast a couple of months ago. We've had everyone from Jess Mendoza to Rachel Luba to Bob Kendrick, president of the Negro Leagues Museum, on, Keith Folk, closer for the 04 Red Sox. And we have a ton of great new guests. And if anybody here, and Ty comes on my Locked On Red Sox all the time because we are actually friends in real life and used to go to yoga together every day when we both lived in LA. So if anybody wants to come talk baseball or Israel or anything, just hit me up. Gabrielle@girlathegame.com is my email address, or you can just find me on Twitter.
Awesome. And Jackson, who used to be a hitter, now he's throwing punches, is a professional wrestler, and only a few states have wrestling back. And Jackson told me took a nasty spill the other day. Jackson, how you feeling?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Jackson. That's my pretend name, but we can go with that for now. Yeah, I took a nasty chair shot actually to the back of the head last week and cut my head open. It's actually not supposed to happen like that in pro wrestling because, yeah, it's supposed to be pretend, but it's supposed to hit me in the back. He accidentally hit me in the back of the head. I actually just took the super glue out of my head. Actually, my mom took it out for me like 10 minutes before this started. And it took a hair out as well. So I think I need to get a haircut. But yeah, other than that, I feel great. Thanks for having me. This is cool.
Appreciate it. Thank you for being here. All right. Do we got any?
We're ready.
All right. So should I share the screen? Did you put it on there?
No, I didn't want anyone who accidentally, had access to see it ahead of time.
Okay, fair enough.
It's very sensitive, but I can type it in as we go.
All right.
So I'm not even sure how we were supposed to. So we were supposed to fill out this entire bracket. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So who's the 5th seed?
The 5th seed is the Kinsler Sunshine team.
Okay.
With the first overall pick.
And who's the 4th? Who's the 4th seed?
Moscot Siegel.
Okay. And in your estimation, who wins that game?
I'd be happy to have the judges weigh in on this one.
Well, I mean, Kinsler, just by having LeVay at shortstop, I believe he had the worst WAR in the league each of his 2 full seasons. Ty Kelly, I think, crushes him.
Wow.
Ike was a really what?
I mean, we do have Sandy Koufax pitching for us. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, but also
in a playoff series, I think a team with Koufax. You got to imagine.
Well, is it
Koufax
one game,
starting
best
this
of
game.
three?
The one game. One game.
It's a one game with
play.
Koufax on the mound.
Well,
Right.
then Kinsler Sunshine moves ahead to the semifinals.
All right. Okay, and then who's the 1 seed, 2 seed, and 3 seed?
The 1 seed is the Lavarnway Stone team.
Oh.
The 2 seed is Kelly Starr.
Okay.
And that means the 3 seed is Valencia Provus.
Okay. Alyson, who wins this play-in game versus the number 1 seed?
Wait a minute. Let me look here. I was studying the 5 teams. So who am I picking? I'm picking between Kinsler, Sunshine, and Lavarnway Stone. Okay. Wait a minute.
Now, and remember, Sandy can't pitch 2 days in a row.
Oh no. They used to do that back then, you know.
Yeah. There's a reason why he couldn't move his elbow.
Okay, so I'm going to go with my Houston bias and my media bias and pick the most Astros, which would be Lavarnway Stone, I believe. We got Osmus, Bregman,
Yes.
Ken Holtzman. Didn't he play for the Astros?
Yeah, it would be Holtzman versus Feldman then as the starting pitcher matchup. Who do you have?
And
Yeah, I'd take Holtzman.
Yeah.
take Holtzman. Feldman, though, highly entertaining guy to cover, just for the record.
Yeah, and so people know, like Alice, like this happens to us all the time. I don't want to speak for Alyson, but people will be like, "Oh, like who's your favorite team or who's your favorite player?" And it's completely based on who can talk.
Right.
I don't really care if they're good at baseball. I mean, I want them to be good at baseball because then they'll stay in the big leagues a long time, so they can continue talking.
Okay. And Sam, we'll head over to you. The Kelly Starr versus Valencia Provus.
You know, you would have Max Fried pitching in this game for Valencia Provus. I like him, and I of course like the Al Rosen and Hank Greenberg duo. I'm gonna give the edge to Valencia Provus here, and Alex Katz coming out of the bullpen, cherry on top.
All right, there we go. And now we have our finals: the 3 seed versus the 1 seed. I don't know who the pitchers are. We can go back by position. Imagine this is Erskine Meyer, who I'm sure everyone is very familiar with the stats, versus Dean Kremer, who's the future of maybe Jewish baseball here, besides Josh and Evan and Hunter. So, are we going?
And Jeremy, we're going to go with the bullpen game strategy also here.
Oh, yeah.
I want that to be
all hands on deck.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about a playoff, then it always comes down to the bullpen. So it really matters little sometimes who you have as a starting pitcher. Just saying.
So Dan.
Pelty in long relief would be pretty good. I mean, he was an almost average starting pitcher for a long time. Probably translates to a good long reliever. Erskine Meyer actually threw underhand or at a very low, like that Oakland reliever. So he'd have a big platoon split. Let's
take the four judges.
And I got to say, like, I'm looking at the Valencia Provus team. You just pitch around Hank Greenberg, and I don't know that they're going to.
Well, I had Lavarnway as the clear 1 team.
My vote is for.
Yeah, I
also vote.
Lavarnway as clear 1.
I vote for the Lavarnway Stone team as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll be the lone dissenter here, even though it seems like my vote won't matter in the majority rule situation.
So, congratulations to Ryan and to Jackson as the winning drafting team. You guys what was the strategy? Actually, I believe besides Ty and Gabriella already knew each other. They were the only 2 I think that met before this or talked strategy. What was the strategy going in?
I'll tell you the strategy. The strategy was that I listened to whatever Ryan said, and that's why we won.
Ryan, was there strategy going in?
Pitching and up the middle wins championships.
Moving up the middle. That doesn't say so much for the catcher.
Okay, catcher's up the middle.
Catcher's up the middle.
Oh, up the I got it. Not the ball coming up the middle, but any of the players playing in the middle. So
Yes.
all right, fair enough. I want to thank everyone. I think I got to everyone on this call almost who was part of the team, and I want to thank Bob also Wexler as part of the museum where we heard from Jeff earlier, and just thanks to everyone for being here. Go out, teamisraelbaseball.com, the eBay page for all the fundraising. We've cleared over a couple $1,000s for Team Israel to send these guys, and you can also just donate directly. Peter, what's the website where they can donate?
I'll send it out to everybody later on.
All right, sounds good. So
I just want
to tell people because
say thank you, Jeremy. Everybody give a round of applause to Jeremy who
appreciate
put
that.
this all together and did everything. He did an incredible job. Fantastic. Jeremy. Thank you.
The one thing to note is that in America, we send a lot of people to the Olympics, and it doesn't cost the same. In Israel, they've never sent a team like this. So we do need to raise money and funds and support, fundraiser. It all goes to a good cause, and it would be amazing to see a gold medal, and let's do it. I think we have a year to prepare. So thanks everyone. I really appreciate your time, and happy Father's Day.
Thank you, Jeremy. Happy Father's Day.
Bye, everybody.
Well,
Good to see you, man.
Thank you, Jeremy.
See you, Danny.
Thank you,
Bye, guys.
everybody. Take care, everybody. Thank you.